Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Empath Narcissist Relationship Healing Tarot reading. I know that nobody likes intros, but I do need to give you guys a bit of explanation about this reading and how it works. And those of you who like to cross-watch for your rising or moon sign, I will put a timestamp in the description box below so that you can skip this intro as you cross-watch. However, I just want to say that this reading is coming from the point of view and perspective of the empath. So if you are trying to go to the sign of your narcissist, this reading isn't going to work like that for cross-watching. This is coming 100% from the perspective of the empath, and every single sign has experienced an empath narcissistic relationship. There's empaths in every sign and there's narcissists in every sign, okay? So for cross-watching, I only recommend your moon or your rising sign to gain further information, as this is coming from the empath's point of view. So in saying that, empath narcissist, there are some empath intuitives out there that do have a way of just attracting to narcissistic type of personalities. So this reading can definitely cover that. But when I say empath, I'm really coming from the perspective of the individual in the relationship that is very emotionally open, connected, empathetic, sensitive, compassionate to the narcissist, and the narcissist is cold, distant, lies, confuses, makes you question your own reality, makes you question if you're crazy, etc. Okay, so the empath is the person who is emotionally open and balanced. Now, because there are actually clinical signs of what a narcissist is, I have listed several links in the description box below about narcissism, how to spot it, the different types, and then just a really good discussion about it, from a therapist's point of view, as she is very, well versed in speaking on that subject, coming from it, a mental or emotional place of being. Okay, so I highly recommend that you copy and paste the links that I've left for those videos and, save them somewhere on your computer or your phone so that you can watch them. I've also listed a few meditations and subliminals to help those of you who are in the process of healing and moving on from a narcissistic relationship, okay? And lastly, I just want to say that this reading could be for any type of narcissistic relationship, whether it be friends, a family member, or a romantic partner. Oftentimes, as children, if we are abused, neglected, that opens us to those narcissistic type of personalities, because oftentimes children who are abused and neglected have this need for approval and love later in life, and many of us just go through life and we don't heal our wounds. We don't know how. Nobody teaches us that. We just do the best we can. So this reading can really help you with any sort of narcissistic relationship you've experienced in your life, as this reading is coming from a spiritual perspective and looking at how this relationship applies to your life journey for this particular lifetime, okay? As far as actual clinical from a therapist, looking at and understanding narcissism from that direction, please watch the links that I have listed below for you guys. They're excellent. She is amazing. And from the links I've left, there's even more information to help those of you who are really in the struggle, trying to move past the trauma and the abuse of narcissism that you've experienced in your life, whether just in childhood or childhood all through adulthood. It's different for everybody. So with that said, I will start the readings. And again, I just want to emphasize only cross-watch for your rising or your moon sign, as this reading is coming from the empath's perspective, not the perspective of the narcissist, okay? Hi Taurus, and welcome to your Empath Narcissist Healing Tarot reading. As mentioned in the intro, this is going to be very spiritually based, looking at the relationship or relationships you've encountered with narcissists and what that's teaching you from a spiritual level, okay? So we're going to start with the primary energy you've been dealing with when it comes to your narcissist or multiple, just depending. Everybody's been through different things. All right, wow. So we have Scorpio, I transform. This Taurus is an intense energy card. So I know right away that the narcissist relationships you guys have dealt with and encountered have been brutal. I know 100% with that card coming out. But you know, this is what I say: master level soul, master level experiences and challenges. And because this is what's come out, these relationships are definitely meant to really crack you open, like deep down, and change and transform into an entirely different version of yourself, where you see reality differently, you perceive your place in the universe differently. Like, it's just very profound. There's so much depth to it. So let's pull some more cards and explore further, because Taurus, I'm telling you, this is like deep. It's so spiritual, and it's, it's like if you were a kaleidoscope, you change through 5 different pictures, just through all of these emotions, all of this energy, and just all the, like, it's more than one version. It's like an onion just peeling back. And that's what these were about. That's why it's that intensity, because each, you know, layer gets harder and harder to peel. But for you guys, it's like, no, we're not shedding just a couple layers. We're shedding it all the way down to the core to rebloom and blossom into something incredibly different and brand new. You guys signed up for quite a bit spiritually. I'm not sure any other sign could handle it like you guys, just the way I'm feeling this. So let's see, Taurus. Yeah, look at that. We have the Witness. This is all about observation and perception and the transformation of that for you. You guys, like, can read anybody like a book after dealing with these relationships, or even if it was just one. If this is just like one narcissist that you dealt with, oh my God, it was probably the most intense, emotionally painful, mentally twisting a situation you've ever encountered in your life, okay? And oh yeah, because look here, we have the Beloved. So Taurus, this is a couple things. Also, this is pushing you to love yourself and appreciate yourself and see yourself in a way that you have never ever perceived, okay? It's like, I know you're a bull, okay? Very masculine, very in charge, can do some damage, take some names, but let's just pretend for a minute that you're a unicorn, okay? Because this is totally what I'm seeing here, is you're like this magical unicorn, you know, just walking through the forest with like this glow emanating from you, and like all the little creatures of the forest stopping and staring in awe and wonder, like this just presence of light, of strength, of power, of wisdom, you know, just moving along. And you don't see that. Like, you have no concept of yourself in that capacity, like none whatsoever. And you know, these relationships, and I feel like for you guys it's multiple relationships, it's just, or just one crazy intense relationship, but it feels multiple to me for you guys. And these relationships reflect back a false image to you, the small image of you inside yourself, okay? And so that's what's become your predominant image of yourself. And even if you do have confidence and you know that you handle your business and etc., this is beyond that. Like I said, this goes deep, deep, deep. You don't know. You don't know what you are. Like, you have no clue. And these relationships crap on you, hurt you, take from you, take from you, take from you for a couple of things. One, it's letting you know how damn strong you are, how much you do really keep it together, what you're able to endure and go through and still move on like a champion and a boss, okay? Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that, and you need to give yourself credit for that, okay? Secondly, it's like your heart knows your worth, okay? Knows, or your soul, I should say, knows your worth, but your mind doesn't. And so there's this conflict, this battle, and that's what this transformation is about, so that your spirit can finally win out over ego, and you see yourself as this unicorn just like gliding through the forest, and you know, the magic you make, the things you bring to life, the support that you are for other people, like, you just don't know. And I feel like you put up with these narcissists because of your purity, your goldness, who you are. You think like that, you know, that's just who they are, and I'm who I am, and, you know, I'm just going to walk in the light, I'm going to do the right thing, I'm going to be a good person. And I don't know that they're worthy of you, Taurus. Like, they know what you are. They know you're a unicorn. But it's like, as long as you don't know it, they're not going to tell you that secret, you know, and use it to their advantage. Because once you know who and what you are not going to tolerate a narcissist for a second. All right? You're not. So let's add to this here. We have conclusion. And we have choices. Yes, Taurus, it's time that you see your true essence and recognize that what you've been through, the abuse, you know, the challenge, the pain, the heartache, it wasn't because you don't count, you don't matter, you're not worth it, you're not this beautiful, enchanted creature. It's because somewhere along your journey, there was this idea put in you that you were small, and you've just gone with it, and you I don't even feel like recognize it consciously. That's why I say deep shift in perception. And the more you move through the healing process of, you know, going through an abusive relationship, I just feel that there comes this point where you make the choice. And look, this is card 64 and this is card 46, okay? You come to the point where you've got to make the choice to see yourself through new eyes, to see yourself through the eyes of Source, to see yourself through the eyes of others, what they truly see, even if they don't express and tell you so and take advantage. If they know what you are, but if you don't know what you are, I'm sorry, people will take advantage, people will use, people will abuse, and you can be a good person, be a good person, be a good person, doesn't matter. You know, some people are just walking a different path and they work with different energy, and you've got to cut them off. You've got to, you know, be more discerning with your heart and your giving nature. And, you know, it's like you make that choice. And I feel like because we have conclusion here, through your healing, you are definitely going to be ending some relationships. And Venus is about to retrograde in Scorpio as I'm recording this. So October 4th all the way until, I believe, like November. Then she's retrograding through Libra. She's going to return direct and then move back through Scorpio. But this just might be a big time thought of relationships, all relationships for you guys. So just depending when you're watching this reading, from October through mid-November, I do intend this as a timeless sort of reading, but just because of when I'm recording it and the planetary action that's taking place, many of you Tauruses may be cleaning up and cutting off relationships so that you can move on, because you're realizing that you are worth so much more and you deserve so much more than, you know, what you've been going through, what you've been putting up with. So let's add some, yeah, let's add some tarot to this, and that's a great card that jumped out. All right, so we had the Ten of Cups. This to me is where you're evaluating your relationships, your place and role within them, and, you know, what others bring and give to you or don't give to you. And so then we have the Devil that also flew out. Next we have the Ace of Wands, and on this side, this is where we take a step back and we disconnect from things. And look here, Six of Swords, moving on, letting go, bigger and better things coming in. Taurus, yes. I feel like for you guys, this is more about once you know your true worth and your value and everything you really do bring to the relationships in your life, you're just not going to tolerate, like, there's Taurus, there is somebody you got to cut off, cut out, and you love them so much, and if they're not actively in your life right now, it's like you have this hope in your heart that somehow one day the connection and love you share will be enough to overcome their narcissistic behavior. Taurus, you know, I watched the links I left. The psychiatrist definitely talks about how, you know, she's tried to help narcissists, and many of them, like, I don't think any of them that she's worked with have been able to overcome it. It's not saying it's impossible, can't happen, but just to let you know how incredibly rare it is for a narcissist to overcome that and really change who they are fundamentally at their core. All right, so there's some of you, there's this relationship you've got to just completely disconnect, cut off, and move away from. Some of you, maybe you've been trying to, you know, be friends, maintain contact, you know, keep things kosher, and it's no. This is like for you guys, Taurus, any sort of narcissistic relationship, it needs to end, it needs to leave your life, but you have to make the choice. It's like everything rides on you, and you making that choice to truly let it go and move beyond it, all right? And not carry like this hope that things will magically one day get better and your narcissist will realize how amazing you were. They've known how amazing you were the whole time, Taurus. It's only you that didn't know how amazing you were. They knew how amazing you were, they wouldn't be here, okay? It's when you realize your value, your worth, you won't want them back. You won't want any part of that back. Some of you are kind of on the fence about whether this person is a narcissist or not. So I highly recommend watching those links if that's where you're at, okay? So let's see. Here's some advice on how to work through this energy for you. Power in prayer. Yes. This is saying, Taurus, your words are very powerful, all right? Whether you speak kindly or you speak harshly. And this includes, and most importantly, words that you speak about yourself to yourself. What do you say to yourself, okay? Because again, I don't see you knowing just how beautiful and magical you are. It's like you're the only one who doesn't know it. Okay, you have, you know, good, healthy relationships, friends and family in your life that tell you, you know, you're amazing. And maybe for some of you, you just don't have anybody, and that's why you're so in the dark about your true value, okay? But also in this, you know, reach out to the angels, reach out to your spirit guides and say, show me the truth. Show me the true essence of myself through signs and synchronicities, so I know how you see me, so I know how I should be seeing me and viewing myself every single day, and not being caught up in a perception of, you know, something that's attached to my past and has tainted my view of myself of today. Okay, because Taurus, no, you are magical, you are precious, you are special. It's just like you don't know that. And what you say to yourself is very, very powerful. So let's pull a card here and see, you know, what spiritual lesson is yours for the keeping after, you know, you move beyond the healing process of this narcissistic relationship and experience that you've gone through. Paradigm shift. Yeah, this could not be a better card to come out with. I transform. Like I said, Taurus, this goes deep, 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 deep. And you're somebody else on the other side. And these relationships that you felt so disempowered in and felt so controlled by emotionally, it's just, it's not going to be that way anymore. It's really not. Taurus, I swear, like, once you come into knowing your true value and worth, you will never encounter a relationship like that through friend, through anybody. Like, and if you meet somebody, it's like you won't even entertain it. Your energy just will naturally deflect that because you'll know your value, you'll know your worth. You know, these relationships were to transform you at a very deep level, and it's just reiterated. So let's see who you become after you are fully healed and well on your way to happiness. The Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Ha! Taurus, universe has spoke. All right, we have transform, transform, transform. Paradigm shift, paradigm shift, paradigm shift. About what? The way you view yourself, your place in the universe, your value, your worth, your essence, your magic, who and what you are. And it's because you hear everybody else's voice but your own. Okay, your voice, your spirit needs to be the strongest sound that you hear. And some of you've got to cut off and walk away from certain relationships in order for that to happen. Okay, but man, you are home free. And Taurus, I'm telling you, when you are on the other side of all of this, you are somebody else entirely. All right, so those are your messages, Taurus. I am sending you all my love and light. Take care.